It's the last Friday in March. Join the team for an inspiring edition of Beyond the Pole, where we touch on the most salient stories that shape and transform society. Broadcasting from Essex House Studios in Achimota, Accra, Ghana, here are the headlines. Professor Elsie Kaufmann calls on women to strive for excellence as the world celebrates International Women's Day. Ghana advances inclusivity with the appointment of a visually impaired leader as Deputy CEO of the National Youth Authority. And cocoa farmers in Ghana rally for equity and expand opportunities in Ghana's cocoa industry. In our quest to promote agribusiness, we are introducing a new segment called Green Africa. And for our international headline for this month, we cross over to Kenya, where my colleague is on standby.
Mike, here in Wajir, the northern part of Kenya, kidney failure, once considered a rare condition, is now becoming alarmingly common in Wajir, Kenya. It has emerged as a major crisis, impacting many lives and causing widespread concern. Over to you, Mike.
We have these stories and more in store for you. Stay tuned for details. My name is Mike Kojo Frimpong. Thanks for staying tuned. Now we begin with our very first story. March 8th is marked as International Women's Day all over the world to appreciate our noble and hardworking women in all spheres of life. With the theme Accelerated Action, women are actually proving to be a beacon of hope, inspiration, and tenacity in agribusiness, governance, and education.
International Women's Day on March 8 is a day used to celebrate women all over the world to address issues of challenges, equal rights, and equity. This year's event, with the theme Accelerated Action, was a timely one as women all over the world are united for equal access and opportunities. To appreciate women's efforts in the cocoa and coffee sector in Ghana and Uganda, Vice Versa Media Ghana brought together women to discuss concerns and solve solutions for present challenges in the cocoa and coffee industry.
Practicality of policies. One is lack of clear objectives. Policies might not have specific, measurable objectives to empower women in the cocoa industry. And then two, insufficient funding, just like the last speaker said. Policies might be underfunded, limiting their effectiveness in creating meaningful change. And thirdly, inadequate training and capacity building. Policies might not provide sufficient training and capacity building programs for women to develop leadership and business skills.
Highlighting the overwhelming achievement and success of women in education, politics, and other corporate sectors, the Dean of Students at the School of Engineering Sciences, University of Ghana, Legon, Professor Elsie Kaufmann, acknowledges women are continuously contributing their quota in education, politics, and governance.
The research has shown over and over again that when we want solutions to problems, comprehensive solutions that tick all the boxes, we need to involve everyone. So women are needed to be part of the decision making. They are needed to be part of the problem solving groups in our country and everywhere. And so women cannot be excluded from governance. They cannot be excluded from problem solving. They cannot be excluded from any part of our regular lives. Women are extremely important. We need them to form part of these groups that help us to decide where we want to be and how we are going to organize ourselves. So we cannot exclude them. If we want the best solutions, if we want the best decisions to be made for all of us, we need to include women. So women are integral to these aspects of life.
Happy International Women's Day to all the noble and hardworking women across the globe. Now to our next story. Ghana takes a bold step toward inclusivity, redefining leadership and opportunity. Jacob Adongo Atule, Deputy CEO of the National Youth Authority, challenges long-held stereotypes, proving that disability is no longer a barrier to excellence as he rises to prominence despite being blind from birth.
Born to Mr. and Mrs. Adongo, peasant farmers in Navrongo in the Upper East region, Jacob Adongo Atule had a very rough path in his early stages as there was only one school in their community, which unfortunately could not cater for the blind.
I was born on 1st April 1983 to a family of 6. And fortunately for us, 3 of us were visually impaired by birth. Myself and 2 other siblings of mine got blind from birth. And I was born to 2 poor peasant farmers, Mr. and Mrs. Adongo. And, I was born in a rural community in a village called Natugnia. Natugnia is in the Upper East region, Navrongo Central Constituency, or Kasanankana Municipality. That was where I was born. There was no education. The only school there was Natunia Primary School and JHS, which were very inaccessible because they didn't have any facilities to, cater for the blind.
Being virtually impaired can actually hinder a man's dream and aspirations in life, but Jacob did not allow that to be a barrier to his vision in life. Having studied political science in the University of Ghana, Jacob found interest in students' politics so he can actually build himself for the greater future. With so many failures and obstacles in his political journey, he is now the Deputy CEO in charge of finance and administration at the National Youth Authority.
I enjoy working with young people. And so NYA is an area I am happy to be working with. I have been working with the Youth Employment Agency for over 12 years. Until my appointment as the Deputy Chief Executive Officer in charge of Finance and Administration. And apparently I reported to a surprise welcome. The staff, very cooperative. My boss, Honorable Usman Ayarga, who is the CEO, very supportive. And anything I need that will help me do my work, I get. The only challenge is that, look, the problem I thought of that young people were facing is even more enormous than I initially envisaged. This is my few, weeks in office. I've come to realize that young people really need substantial support. We held a management meeting and I was very emphatic that my coming on board here will be meaningless unless persons with disabilities substantially benefit from the activities and programs of the authority. So we are rolling out a program to ensure that, 1, all organizations that work with disabilities and they are youth related, we register them with the authority and ensure that they are given the necessary support, financial support to do the activities. We will also ensure that we put up we do a skill center where we shall train young people with disabilities in various skills of their choices and exploit funding sources for them to develop their talents.
Now let's cross over to the Ashanti region where finance has been a major concern to cocoa farmers in Ghana. In view of this worrying situation, 75 cooperative unions from 9 cocoa growing regions have united with the aim to empower cocoa farmers, promote sustainable livelihoods, and amplify their collective voice in the cocoa trade.
Ghana witnessed a historic moment in its cocoa industry with the official launch of Ghana Cooperative Cocoa Farmers and Marketing Association Limited. The establishment of this umbrella body, comprising 75 cooperative unions from 9 cocoa growing regions, aims to empower cocoa farmers, promote sustainable livelihoods, and amplify their collective voice in the cocoa trade.
Cooperative is the way to go. Though there are several associations in Ghana for cocoa farmers, but with the cooperative model it's different because cooperative have 7 principles, which that buys every cooperative. So we realize that with that 7 principle, we will be able to do a lot in the cocoa sector. That's why we decided to go through the cooperative model. And our vision is to streamline the voice of farmers. Every farmer, individual farmer, is doing whatever he thinks is the best for him. By the end of the day, it doesn't yield results. So we coming together under one umbrella will be able to push our voice locally and internationally, where we can influence decision making as far as the cocoa sector is concerned.
Though the idea of a unified cooperative began circulating as early as 2014, real progress was made in 2022 when the farmers found a strong ally in Solidaridad, an international civil society organization dedicated to sustainable food supply chains.
Financial literacy is the soul of businesses. If you don't understand finance, anytime you are doing business, you have a challenge. And we know that farming is agricultural business. So farmers need to understand that financial literacy is important. If you look at farming, farming requires investments. Farming requires finance. Farming requires effort and energy. And all these things are the basis of successful farming. For Solidaridad, what we believe in is that the individual is the center of everything. So as much as possible, try to package products. We try to package training programs that enhances the skills of farmers, that builds their capacity in how to do the farming, the agronomy side of the farming, the finance part of farming, and the marketing part of farming.
One of the most resounding messages came from Kwame Asa Adade, divisional head at Zenith Bank Ghana Limited, acknowledging the financial difficulties that cocoa farmers face. He announced a groundbreaking initiative.
After realizing the same problems that we have an agreement with the farmers and our technical partners to provide training through them from using even technical experts as well. So we have training programs for technical expertise, we have training programs for entrepreneurship, we have training programs for managing accounts, and we're going to run these programs with the Ghana National Cocoa Farmers Association in the various areas. So we're actually going to go into the various areas, help them register the farmers and put them on board. So that's going to happen for the financial training. But again, with respect to finance itself, we're working with the cooperatives to help identify members within those cooperatives who are deserving of coming for facilities, because it takes you a while sometimes to get to the point where you can actually manage the money we give to you. So first level will be the training, which will help them get there, and then the financing, we are bringing financing in at the very low rates. Currently in the economy, rates are ranging between 25 to 30%, but we have a program with a partner where we can actually give these funds out at around 7 to 8%. And when you give it to them at 7 to 8%, it makes it more easy for them to pay the money back. And so I believe that once they do that, they'll be able to really grow their businesses, employ more people, and actually become more.
Arts serve as powerful tools for education, unity, and societal transformation. This year's focus highlights the need for the younger generation to embrace the significance of theater. In Ghana, children are taking center stage, making their voices heard through insightful discussions and captivating cultural performances.
In a bid to nurture young talent and promote theatre and performing art, Assisted Ghana launched a children theatre project which brought together students, tutors, and theatre enthusiasts. Some students who were present at the event shared their heartfelt thoughts on art and how this launch serves as a motivational tool.
I believe art helps me express how I feel in so many different ways, like poetry, writing, dancing, painting, and so on, though I don't do most of those. And I believe that art is very good for everyone, because if someone doesn't know how to express themselves in writing or speaking form, they can do it through dance or painting.
Nana Kwame Bafi, a student from Soul Clinic International who performed on the stage, shared the rationale behind his zeal for art.
The form of art I indulge in is music, and I love music because I really get it and it gets me, so it makes me feel happy, it makes me feel happy, and it helps me through hard times. And the performances on stage, they showed me that everybody has their own way of art, and they all have their own understanding of it.
Patrick Kwao, a literature and drama tutor at Soul Clinic International School, expressed his delight at the growing focus on children's theatre and the importance of integrating theatre and performing arts into education from a young age.
These children, young adults as I call them, are beginning to learn and appreciate the culture of their setting, of their environment. They also get to know the various settings under which various productions do work. And so I believe that with all the other performances that took place today, as well as industry players when it comes to the creative arts sector, being present here gives them the morale to also strive to become whom God wants them to be, because some of them are really gifted when it comes to performances. And so I always educate them to say that, look, you can go to grammar school, you can do all the things you have to do, but God has given you a creative ability which can even start making you money even before you complete school. And so basically, I believe they being here is a blessing to them because they have the opportunity to learn from industry players.
And I'm sure that's good for the theater and then arts and tourism industry. We now cross over to Nairobi, Kenya, where my colleague is ready to give us details of our international story. Over to you.
Kidney failure has increasingly become a major health concern in Wajir County over the past few years. Once considered a rare condition in the region, it is now affecting many residents, with an estimated 100 people currently undergoing dialysis.
The number of patients attending dialysis service in Wajir County is 79. 31 are attending public hospital, while there are 48 they are attending their service in public hospital. Sex distribution, the number of female are 21 total and male 58.
One such patient is Ahmed Mohammed, a 30-year-old single father of two who has been on dialysis since 2018. Born and raised in Wajir, Ahmed's life took a drastic turn when he was diagnosed with kidney failure 6 years ago.
I was diagnosed with kidney failure in 2018. At that time, there was no dialysis unit in Wajir, so I was referred to Garissa and later to Nairobi, where I stayed for 1 year and 2 months. It was only after that a dialysis unit was finally opened.
The increasing number of kidney failure cases in Wajir has put immense pressure on local healthcare facilities. The Wajir County Referral Hospital, which provides dialysis services, is struggling to keep up with the growing demand. Patients must undergo dialysis multiple times a week, a costly and physically draining process. Although there is no single known cause of the increasing kidney failure cases in Wajir, health experts tell us several factors might be contributing to this crisis.
This is Dr. Rashid, I'm a physician at Wajir Referral Hospital. So we're here to discuss chronic kidney disease, which is very common in Wajir County, and it usually entails failure of kidney functions, which leads to a lot of waste staying within the body, and that leads to eventual death. So the common causes are diabetes, hypertension, infections, tumors, a use of miraa, and smoking.
That's all we have for you now. My name is Quresha Ali. Back to you in Accra, Ghana.
We are introducing you to a new segment on the show called Green Africa. This segment is designed to project Africa's agricultural sector with special emphasis on players and agribusinesses. Nana Jaboni has more on this.
Welcome to the all-new segment on Beyond the Pole. This is Green Africa. On Green Africa, we shed light on individuals and organizations within the agriculture sector who are doing exceptionally well, right? And today, the spotlight is on a female mushroom farmer who is changing the game of mushroom farming with her innovative idea of how we consume mushroom here in Ghana. I am the Najo Bunny, and stay with me whilst we explore her story. Alright, so what inspired you to venture into mushroom farming?
Farming has always been something that I love, and mushroom farming is just an aspect of it. I mean, I've dabbled in poultry, vegetable, cereal. Mushroom was just what I was doing at home as a hobby when I started having kids. And I couldn't really go back and forth to the Volta region as often. So I started a small mushroom farm. And in a space of 2-3 years, this is where we are now.
So very interesting. Now we would move into how the whole idea of grilled mushroom skewer started. Mushroom kebab.
I know.
How did that start?
Okay, so I did a program with Footprint Africa. They kind of opened my eyes to the fact that I was doing something that was very environmentally, I knew it was environmentally friendly, but the extent of it, I didn't fully grasp that I was actually being green all the way. But then instinctively I was being, so they drew my attention to it. And so I won a grant of 5,000 Ghana cedis to train people in my community, like just do some form of social responsibility. So I decided to do a training on mushroom production.
Oh, so you did a survey?
No, I just went trying to say, I want to do this. Will you be interested in learning something like this?
I'm really, really interested in this. I want to see, in fact, I'm very certain that you out there want to take a look at the grilled mushroom skewers. So yes, Esna will quickly take us there so you can have a feel, have a look at what she's doing. She's doing so well for herself. Let's quickly move to where she grills the skewers, right? What we call here in Ghana, mushroom kebab. Okay. Now this is the grilled mushroom skewers I am talking about, right? This is all by Esna. And she's going to take us through the whole process of making this delicious kebab. That's what we call it in Ghana. Mushroom kebab, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get into it.
So after the harvest, you select the mushroom of favorable size. Don't want them too big. It takes forever to cook. Just want the medium sizes. And then you cut up onions like this. I like red onions, so I use the red onions. It gives it a little bit of a bite.
Okay.
And then you can skewer as much or as many as you want.
What is the nutritional benefits of eating mushroom as compared to consuming meat kebab?
So mushroom itself has a lot of, it's high in protein, selenium, and minerals that help make it very healthy.
Okay. Well, my tummy is crumping already. I want to try this.
See you.
Hey, the much talked about mushroom kebab. I want to try it. I really want to try it.
Yours will be ready soon. I can taste it.
It smells so delicious. I'm sure you out there, you would want to try this, right? Yes. Unfortunately, I'm the one trying it here. Ooh. Wow, I can see it there already, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
the mushroom is ready. I can't wait to try it. I really can't wait to try it. Okay. Okay, so I get to taste my grilled mushroom kebab.
Yes.
It's very crunchy with the onion and all that.
Yeah.
It's so crunchy. It tastes like meat, right? You should try this. Like, you should really, you should really try this. And unfortunately, for you out there, this is how we wrap up Green Africa on this particular episode. We have more insightful episodes coming in the next month. So anticipate that. I am Nanaja, and I did this with...
I see now.
And many thanks to Vice Versa Media Ghana and then the Vice Versa Global team for their quest to promote agriculture in Africa. Thank you for watching. This is the end of this month's edition of Beyond the Pole broadcast from Essex House Studios in Achimota, Accra, Ghana. See you on the last Friday in April. Until then, do well to enjoy our social impact stories on our social media handles as you can see on your screen. My name is Mike Kojo Frimpong, and this is Vice Versa Media Ghana.